Nicholas.
Oh, hey everybody.
Hi.
Happy Sunday to you. We know it's been a while. I am just shooting this on my camera phone, but we're sitting here as Hurricane Florence is coming over us right now, and we're keeping in mind all the destruction that the storm is causing to so many people, and that it will possibly cause to our area in a short amount of time. Well, it got us thinking on something. So obviously the church has been going through a crisis right now, right?
It has.
Crisis of abuse, a crisis of cover-up. Some serious investigation needs to take place, and some healing and some new life needs to be pumped into the church, right?
Yes.
So how do these two things relate, Elizabeth?
Well, one of them is a natural disaster,
Yes.
and one of them is a moral, spiritual disaster.
Disaster, yeah.
Both things can cause terrible ramifications. Suffering, that's a better word. But for two very different reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, so one with the natural disaster, obviously it's kind of something that is just happening. A lot of people want to pin it on one thing in particular, but natural disasters have always happened, always been inconvenient, caused suffering. But then they just kind of happen to us, and the question is, how do we respond? As someone who lived and stayed through Katrina, to see the response there in large part, it was both actually really good and bad. But to focus on the good was when people came together, when people gave what they have for the sake of the community, and when they worked for the common good, it just broke down barriers and made things happen that was just, it almost made you think, why don't we always talk to our neighbors? Why don't we always work together like this? I normally don't know what my neighbor needs, but when that happened, it was kind of this neat awakening, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it makes us think about the crisis in the church.
Mm-hmm.
What could happen there with a great awakening, where we come together, where barriers are removed that never should have been there, and where we move forward really striving for holiness with this awakening of desire for conversion and repentance in our lives. There's something apocalyptic about a hurricane, and I think there's hopefully some good awakening in a similar way that can happen through this crisis in the church. So that's our prayer. Our prayer is also with those suffering from this hurricane already, and with those who will suffer.